So here it is, my version of a lightweight packable grappling hook. Comes in right at 1.5 ounces, roughly 3 inches or so square. It'll go in your pocket. That'll take up any room. Alright, so features it has. So it packs together, it snaps together pretty well. That's both because of some packing pins or snapping pins, and the locking pins actually also have a recession in the main body to snap in. Other than that, there's magnets, small magnets recessed on each arm, and those small magnets will snap together and actually hold it together a little better. Also, when I pack it, I tie it a certain way. I'll just go over that. So I put a piece of Dynaglide at the bottom. Dynaglide's really flexible, so if you have paracord where you pull up rope or whatnot, this piece of Dynaglide, it'll actually go straight down. Paracord has some rigidity to it. So just to pack it up, I'll just put that loop over one arm, twist a couple times to do a hitch, hitch it, and then take that end loop, pass it back through the eye. There you go. Now, that's gonna both hold it together better for security, so if you bump it, anything, you drop it, nothing's gonna fall. And also, if you want to put that on your saddle, you got a loop to put it on your saddle. So, going back, putting it together for functionality. So, to open it, you just peel those two apart. Then you slide one, you slide the insert inside, you line up the pins with the locking holes. It's kind of a tight fit. It's not bad, but it's meant to be tight. So after that, slide down to the bottom, it snaps, that's it, it's done. So there you go. So 4 claws, very lightweight, very compact, and if you don't use it, it's not really taking up any weight or any space in your bag. So, next I'll do a pull test, and I'll pick up something with a magnet and maybe pick something off the ground like a jacket or something. Alright, thanks. Alright, so to kind of functionally go over picking up something, I'll use a jacket. I'll kind of just throw it down. Personally, I'll use it mostly to just pick up my backpack. I usually carry everything from the ground with me as I go up when I'm setting up. And just have to leave my bow on the ground, figure 8 my bow rope, and let it drop down. But it's not my favorite method, I guess. So start doing a couple practice climbs and actually using this, well, mimicking pulling up my bow rope. And I get up, hook up the grappling hook, drop down, and fish my backpack up. So backpack's a lot easier to grab than a piece of clothing. You have handles, you have straps, all that's easy to grab onto. But for demonstration's sake, we'll pick up a piece of clothing. Now, the hooks, the design of the hooks are sharp, so it'll actually bite into the clothes, and it'll look like it's catching on the very end. So you kind of, even when it's on the very end, it's pretty good, just because the design of the hook's pretty sharp. So you can see you can kind of bounce it. It doesn't take much to hook it, but it can take a few fishes, especially if you're up high, admittedly, and if you have wind, because if you have wind, then the wind's kind of blowing your rope around. That's why I left the magnet in design, because the magnet being a bottom weight kind of helps out, kind of counterbalance that wind a little bit, as well as a flexible rope like Dynaglide. So if you use Dynaglide for your bow rope, it'll work a little better, catches a little less wind, it's less rigid than paracord. But you can fist up close. Next I'll do a magnet demonstration. Demonstrating the magnet, like I said, most of our stuff, if it's aluminum or stainless, it isn't going to pick it up. But maybe you drop a pocket knife, or maybe your broadhead has iron on it. Well, if that was the case, then it'll pick those up. So we'll pick up a small pocket knife. It'll pick up a little bit larger pocket knife. Struggles a little bit with this one sometimes. If you dropped your keys and you're hunting close enough to the parking lot that you want to start your truck up and warm it up, well, you can pick up your keys. But being an in-weighted in the grappling hook, that's why I really like the magnet there. And yeah, if you need it, you got one. And now, the meat and potatoes of everything. Everyone wants to know, well, how durable can it be? It's plastic, it's lightweight, it's thin. Yeah, it's a very good question. So I'll pull test it, and I'll rate this for 20 pounds. Currently is what I have it for. But for a built-in higher safety factor, we'll go ahead and we'll pull test it to 2 or 3 times that. So I'll also be testing it all the way at the end of the hook. That's worst case scenario. If I test it right here, there's gonna be nothing. But as you can see, 62.2 pounds. That was on the insert. The insert is gonna be where you have most of your stress. The locking pins are gonna be flexing the main body the most, and the stress is gonna be on the locking pins. On the main body itself, I'll full test that as well. Once again, closer to the end, and I just stopped at 58.8 pounds. So it's a pretty durable little piece. You're picking up, the most you're gonna pick up is a backpack with everything on it. And if you're picking up anything around that weight, well, this is probably not for you. And something that's packable and light is it's probably not necessary, but it'll work. So to summarize, lightweight, packable, relatively durable. I think in my testing I had one piece break or start to deflect at around 78 pounds. But like I said, relatively durable, lightweight, 1.5 ounces. Throw it in your bag. Forget about it until you need it, maybe. Unless you're like me and you plan to incorporate it on almost every climb. So today is July 7th, July 8th. Should be ready to produce these 1 week from now. Gonna do an intro price of $13.99, so $14. Follow Bayou Bow Medic Facebook page, where I do most of my announcements for all my future products. And you saw in there on my tree, I'm actually finishing up testing on a camera arm. So look forward to that. Thanks.